All right, guys, welcome back. This is part two of X4 Foundations, and sorry about the towards the end of part one there. Actually, I had to cut out a lot of the video because of the cameraman. But again, this one's been fired, so hopefully it won't be any more issues like that. But again, seriously, the new video capturing software. I'm getting used to it, so I do apologize about that. One thing though, before I start this mission, one thing that I did go through were the menus, but the menus are on the left hand side, which were cut off, so I cut all that stuff out. So let's check out the menus real quick here. Of course, that's the options. You got your player information, and here I've got my logo. I uploaded my custom logo. Of course, I had to have the Rebel Alliance logo. So that's our logo for the Empire. Of course, my name is Commander Rex. Got to be Commander Rex. Net worth. This is the total worth, 112,970, but 105,970. That is just my ship. And then I got 5,000 in cash. I've only got the one owned ship, no crew, and all that stuff. So now, what I don't know yet is what venture inventory is versus regular inventory items. I know your ship has inventory, and then I think you have a personal inventory. So I have to figure that out here as we go. But so that's the Empire overview right up here, and then you have your inventory, but I don't have anything shown in this inventory. So I think that's my well, that would be my player inventory, I would guess. But anyways, nothing in there. No, maybe it was ship inventory then, because this is the ship. This is my Chasis. See, these are modifications you can have. I don't have any modifications. Weapons, shield generator, and engines. I know you can craft things. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to how that mechanic is in this X4 yet, but we will find out. This is spacesuit upgrades. I got a repair laser and a scanner. My logbook, so what it's got all the logs of all the messages done, squad, general, upkeep, my missions log, and tips that were put up on the screen, I believe. Then we have our account management. This is station accounts, but in player account, I don't have you know any of those right now. Factions and relations. This thing's really cool. If you see here, here's a list of different factions. Okay, Alliance of the Word, Enigon Republic, Argon Federation. Now, and of course, Xenon. My relations is -30 with the Xenon. And I'm 0 right now. But what's nice is these are all licenses for every faction. But if you highlight over the faction, it will tell you exactly what your relationship number, how that's affecting it, and how that's affecting what you can do with them. So like this one says, you are currently allowed to dock at ships and stations belonging to this faction. Ships and stations belonging to this faction will not target your combat ships. Ships and stations belonging to this faction will not attempt to destroy your property. One thing I believe that's really huge about this game is supposedly the factions are dynamic, meaning like in X3 and I believe even in X Rebirth, like whatever sectors and whatever sectors the races are in control of, that's basically what they would be in control of the whole game. This X4 though, I believe they're dynamic now, meaning that they if they're at war, they'll fight, and they can change control of sectors, I believe. I'm not sure how deep it is, but I do believe that they've added added that feature. However, one thing that's nice is these factions. So they've got these factions, but if I go to the encyclopedia and if I go down to factions, you can highlight like Alliance of the Word, and it will tell you like, well, here's the available licenses with them, and I'm not sure exactly what these licenses will do, because if I go to encyclopedia with all these licenses, if I click one, it doesn't really tell me yet. That may be added in a later patch, a description of what each one will do, but if you see, there's a lot of them. I think they're really similar. It's just there's a they're race specific, so it's just repeated for each factions. So I'm not sure exactly what those will do. But what's nice about this is it will say the faction representative, the name of the person, the leader of that faction, the current headquarters location, what sector their headquarters, the faction's headquarters is located in. But it also shows here police authority. So it looks like you've got the main races like you do in previous games. However, it's not just about the main races, and it's limited to half a dozen or whatever. You've got all these factions, and then each faction can actually fall under the authority of those main races. So like Alliance of the Word, they're under the Paranid as far as the police authorities, which is cool. I really like the way they did that, because it opens up all the possibilities. And the factions that I know now, I know in previous X games, if you haven't even met a faction or a race, your relationship, they won't show here in the relationships yet, because you don't even know about them. So there's probably even more than this listed here, which is really, really cool. It just allows a lot more depth, because one faction under Argon, you may have messed up or whatever you want to do, so you can have negative faction, but another one under Argon, you can have a positive. So that's really cool, because of course your relationship will limit you or open doors for you as far as trading and buying equipment and ships. So I wonder if you can still get Argon ships from one faction while you're still negative relations with another faction that's under that authority. And it's not so black and white as far as Argon. This is your relationship with Argon. If you're -1, oh, you can't even dock at shipyards. You know what I mean? For all the Argon shipyards. So that's really cool, though. I do like this. I'm interested in seeing how this develops as we play. And then statistics. Of course, got all the statistics for the player. Now, if you go to the ship, of course, I'm not sure exactly what deploy. That may be just eject from ship. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Flight assist. I know that there's like Newtonian physics, and like flight assist will try to keep you, basically the way you're pointed. If that make while I think if you turn that off, if you're going 500 meters per second one direction and you turn, you'll still be flying in that same direction even though you're turning, which that allows for some cool mechanics. Get up. I already showed that in the previous part. You can get out of your chair and walk around your cockpit. Scan modes, that's the same thing as shift 1, 2, and 3. Your travel, scan, and long range mode. Docking permissions, if you want docking permissions. Ship information. Let's go into this because this is pretty cool. I got information, and then I've also got behavior. So your tabs up here, if you go into behavior, if you have like a fleet ships, it would tell about the pilot and all that stuff, but you can have tell it how to behave with different factions and all that stuff, which is I haven't gone into too in depth with this, but it seems similar to your options that were in previous X games as far as controlling the behavior. But my information on my ship here, it's a Discover Vanguard. Commander Rex in Sacred Relic. The hull 1400 megajoules out of the hull, 910 on the shields. Cruising speeds 245 meters per second. Burst weapon output. There's a burst weapon output, and then there's a sustained weapon output, which is pretty cool. So there's different outputs on your energy depending on the weapon type that you have on the ship, which is really cool. Instead of just having one general energy recharge rate, so your burst weapon, like on this ship, on this Discoverer, obviously burst weapons will have a higher energy generation, quicker regeneration than sustained weapons. So like I'm guessing like a laser beam versus that the gun the pulse cannon or whatever I've got right now, that's kind of like it has bursts of ammo going out. Radar range 40 kilometers. Crew skill, of course I don't have any crew right now, and of course your boarding attack strength if I had like Marines. Personnel, I don't have any pilot or crew on here, but I can have 3. I got 0 out of 3 crew. And well, if you go under pilot, that's me, which of course I'm fully trained. I am a commander. Storage, no wares. Ammunition, 0 out of 20. Because the guns that I have right now, they are energy based, so they don't require a physical ammunition like a mass driver or Gauss cannon, something like that. Countermeasures, 0 out of 1, so I don't have any of those. Deployables, there's laser towers, mines, satellites, navigation beacons, and resource probes. I've got 5 out of 50 satellites, 5 out of 50 navigation beacons, and 5 out of 50 probes under deployables. And when you go into the sub menu of each one, I could select it and just click deploy if I want to deploy them. So that's deployables. I don't have any drones. Weapon configuration, this is where I can also on that main screen where it showed the guns on this side, and then it kind of had something similar but with no guns on this side. I'm guessing this is your primary setup, and then this is your secondary setup, because you can have primary fire and secondary fire, and there's 4 sets in each one, and there was 4 dots. So I'm guessing that was your second, because I don't have anything on the secondary right now. That's what that was. But this is where you can configure those. Again, you can have different guns in different sets if you want, or have them all together in one set. And then you can also, like these I got 2 lasers, I could actually split and have only one on a set to try if they're chewing my energy really quick and I don't have that many shots. If I want to try to even that out a little bit, I can just have one gun active, all that stuff. Loadouts. So yeah, I've got 2 pulse lasers. Actually, that's what it is, pulse lasers. But they kind of fire like in a burst. It's not like a stream.
Identifying
so 2 of those. I've got the MK1 Talati small shield generator. I've got Paranid small travel engine MK1. I've got 2 of those. Yeah, just one of the shield generators. Thrusters, small all-around thrusters MK1. Small all-around thrusters. Software, I got flight assist software. I've got long range scanner and basic scanner, and again, that's the whole reason why I started with the start, is so I can already have those on there. The long range scanner software is an MK2. Obviously, it's better than MK1, and that's what I wanted. So that's kind of the ship information. Now, object list, property. Okay, these are the main kind of like map things. So if I go back to ship real quick. I think, yeah, autopilot, weapon configuration. So that's the end of that. All right, so let's go to the map. So if I go to the object list, I can toggle that on and off. My own stations, my own ships. That's in here. Other stations. It's that shipyard I'm right in front of, the Paranid shipyard. So the abbreviation, that must be the faction then. I believe that's the faction name because it's Alliance of the Word. It's Alliance of the Word station. So that shorthand is the faction, not the main. Okay, I'm going to have to get used to how these things are labeled. Other ships. Laser tower. Those look like Paranids. HOP. So let's see if I can see HOP. That would have to be the Holy Order of the Pontiff. Pontifex. Pontifex. I believe that's what that is. Pontifex. So there's that list, and then you can actually go into like this station. Here's all the modules, the build modules. There's an extra large ship fabrication bay, storage modules. There's a Paranid, a large container storage. There's 3 of those. Go into the habitation modules. There's these domes, these large domes, dock modules, defensive modules. Now here, see the question marks? See, what's nice about this list, and this is the same thing with Rebirth, when you're trying to scan a full station and you know, you're not sure what sector, sections haven't been scanned or anything like that. If you go to this, the question marks, that means there's a section that has not been scanned. If I click it, it will highlight it. So you can see that little section there is this one that I haven't actually scanned yet. This one is that one, and so on and so forth. So, you don't have to get frustrated just flying all around like forever trying to say, well, where is this thing? It will tell you. You just have to go there. So it makes things, again, less tedious. So I want to make sure I point that out, because if you don't know about that, you can just keep on flying around these things and not know exactly, especially like when they're really, really small like that. And then other modules. So there's definitely a few modules I haven't looked at yet, but I have seen these, so I'm going to close those. Alright, so now we got the property owned. This is my property owned screen, which is just my ship right now. I don't have any stations or fleets. Mission offers, that's my I guess my mission tracker here. Mission man, well, these are offers, so those are ones I haven't accepted that I can't accept. And then here's my mission manager. And if I go, see here, these are other mission offers. Fast flight. So I got the guild mission offers. So I'm in the Explorers Guild. Maybe that's from the Explorers Guild, and then this is from just other missions that are available to be accepted. Oh, it now offer expired, so that's no longer available. Okay. And then my mission manager, I've got my guild missions. I've got the other missions, which this is the one I've got right now, and it's orange, meaning I've got this one as active, so the mission indicator will be pointing for this one. And then upkeep missions. Oh. Let's see how acquire captain. Okay, that's if I wanted to have my ship, flown by an NPC. Cool. Okay. Here's information about the sector, I believe. No, this is my ship. Okay, this is information about my ship. And then this thing, your plots, new plots. This has to do with the new complex or factory, complex, whatever you want to call it, factory builder. And these are plots, so that's kind of interesting. That's further down the road here before I start building those. But if you see these stations, they've owned a plot. So I think that's how that Eaglesoft has done that, so that you can build them really anywhere. Like in X Rebirth, it started that it was very, very limited, just around the area of the stations that were already established by NPCs. And then um, they expanded it out like a further radius from there, but you still had these icon squares that like starting points where you had to use one of those starting points. And I think here it's supposed to be a lot more open. You can build it however you want, wherever you want. And I think this is how they do it. You'll have to kind of get a plot, and that's how it keeps track of them, but still try to keep them organized in a way. But at the same time, you can build it wherever you want, wherever you can. So that's interesting. I'm going to, obviously we'll learn more about that. And then Encyclopedia, I kind of went over. That's standard in X Games to tell you about, different. This is the galaxy, the factions, station modules. Those ones that I've already found so far. Ships that I've already seen. You got combat ships, training ships, and construction ships. The military, like your weapons, turrets, all that stuff. Equipment, licenses, and wares, trading wares. So that's very, very helpful. And again, it won't be on this list unless you've seen it, unless you've seen it on your sensors or something like that. So been exposed to that item. And then timeline. I'm not sure exactly what timeline means. Like, what is it really telling me? But anyways, and then this is where your tutorials are. If you wanted to start a tutorial module, you just go there, you select it, and you say start tutorial, and it will go through that tutorial module. So like I said at the very beginning, you don't have to do that first start in order to have tutorials. If you're playing for the first time, you can really have whatever start you want, and you can control when you want these to activate, which I love. More control, especially in the X game. It's just open sandbox. All right, so that was those menus. So now, let me head out this way. So that says 2 kilometers. So I'm supposed to dock. If you see, dock at this shipyard. I'm supposed to be picking up something, but I'm supposed to dock at that shipyard. So that's the first step of this mission. And now the docking's pretty cool. The docking's pretty cool. Let's see here. I think I can just click on it. Ink. I thought I could just click on one of these landing pads. Well, anyways, let me just go to the map, select the shipyard, right click, and trade offers, external view, start guidance, show missions. Huh. So it won't, I can't just select it and try to dock? Okay, well, let's see here. Let me get closer here. And luxury docking bay. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Maybe I have to... Come on. Come on, what the heck? What the heck? Should be able just to select it and dock.
Docking granted.
Oh, all right. If you see here, you see that. If you see this little. Okay, so that's like the shield. I'm going through like the outside, like the atmospheric shield. So you have to go in there, and then it will show you how to dock. Now, what's nice is it will show you, basically, it tells you what platform it is. This one's going to be platform 2. But you have to be orientated the way that is showing you. You have to orientate the right way. And then you've got this thing. So this is like you want your center to be lined up with that, and then below that you'll see the line. It's red, and that there's that triangle there. You need to line that up. So if I go forward and stop, you see now it's green. That's what you need. That's what you need. And then once that's all green, so I'm all lined up, you see that white going down, that's my elevation, obviously, and that will need to meet that red triangle that's lined up on the plane. And I can dock.
Successfully docked.
Successfully docked. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get up. I want to show off the station really quick since I'm here. What's nice is this is all seamless, and that's what they advertised. You know, they were proud of everything being seamless, which it is, which is nice. So I just docked. I'm going to go out my exit here. It's just a small fighter, so it's not a very big cockpit there. So now I exited, and you'll see these docking pads. The green obviously is where you are. Red is, you know, it's not used. But the way these are, you'll have people around here. Hello? Oh, she's running from me. Don't run away. You ran away. I scared her. Okay. I don't blame her. I got the face for radio, as they say, not TV. But you'll see these NPCs going around, but they also have icons on top. I'm not sure of all the different types. This is just a crewman, and then the name. But you can talk to all these people. And then you can hire them as crew, or you can have them help you try to find something. Like if they know or if they like you, they'll tell you. So I think that's Paranid. Yeah, he's Paranid. Pretty sure he's Paranid. The one with that helmet that I was over there, that's Teladi. That's the Teladi, the prophets. He's got a helmet on. And then of course you got the Argon, who are like the humans, the human-looking ones. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Paranid. And then this is the elevator that you can use, and you want to go to the security office, you know, the representative's office for the Alliance of the Word. This is where their HQ is, obviously, so the representative for them is actually here. Manager's office and engineering section. I'm not sure exactly, you know, what their roles are. Like, I don't know if I can go to this Alliance's headquarters and talk to the representative of the Alliance, if I can improve relations or maybe get missions, managers, and all that stuff. So I'll you know, end up going more in depth in that. But I just kind of wanted to show you the way this mechanic works. So like if I want to go to the security office and I can do travel too, the way it does it is it's like an elevator, and then you'll see these red lights. These are doors you cannot go into. The green one is the one you can go into. So there's different. That's how they are doing the stations now, which I love. It is so much better than the way the stations were in Rebirth, because it was not worth it. Now again, I don't know exactly the necessities of talking to these people yet, what you can do, but just having the layout like this is a lot better, a lot detail to the landing dock area, so you get that big feel. It's not just the same one little platform inside a building type deal thing, the way it was in Rebirth. So you can feel, you have that openness, that vastness feel. And you actually have NPCs moving around. Even though Eaglesoft, they're known for their space and atmosphere stuff, not really. It's not like
Greetings.
it's not like they're really known for their interaction and NPCs and that sort of thing. But anyways, I this feels like, even though the hallways are all pretty much the same, at least I don't know. I think I like it better. It doesn't feel cookie cutter necessarily, even though it is still kind of cookie cutter. If that makes sense. So anyways, I want to go back to my ship here. Now there's a mission, my mission tracker, I think. Yeah, that's my mission tracker here. So right here is what I'm supposed to be picking up, the interface unit. So I'm going to take that.
Very good. I see you have found the device. This will allow me to monitor your activity and perform experiments remotely. Please keep it safe. Oh my, it seems your pulse is elevated. You must be very excited to take part in this expedition. I'm glad. So, shall we begin? I will attempt to direct you in the best way possible. Please be patient with me.
Alright, so now I'm supposed to undock, but I just kind of wanted to show off, and you can go down, you can go down that ramp, and then you can really run all around this thing. So, I don't know, I like the way, like they, they're not going to be able to make a whole nother world inside these stations, and I think they learned that the hard way when they tried that with Rebirth. So they settled on focusing on detail and vastness of the dock, and then using the elevator mechanic as far as being able to go different levels, different people and stuff, which is cool. I like that. So here's my ship. So let me go back up here. Let's go ahead and sit down here and let me undock. Alright, so let's go ahead and...
I don't expect you've spoken with too many Boron before. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Bozo Ta, and it is a pleasure. I do wish it were in person, but my current situation is quite precarious. You must be quite curious on what a lonely old Boron is trying to achieve. There are still so many mysteries and unanswered questions. Are spaceflies sentient? Where are the lost Boron systems? Is faster than light telepathy possible? It is our task to push the physics of this universe to the breaking point and see if it answers any of those questions. My current employers only seem happy when my research results in novel weapon modifications. Very curious people, those Split. I do hope they move me to a new tank soon. My tentacles grow weak.
Okay, so there was the Boron, continuing with the mission.
I do wonder how my homeworld is faring. It has been such a long time since we have had news of it.
Huh. That's interesting. It's been a long time since he's heard from the homeworld. That's interesting. Okay, so if you see my ship, it's got my logo on there, the Rebel Alliance. So anyways, let me get back in here. This, when you're going distances now, this is what I was talking about. If I go into the map, okay, so this is where I need to go, and this is where I am. So that travel mode is the new mechanic. So if I just go regular throttle, I can go 240 whatever meters per second. All right, but this thing's 126 kilometers away. So if I change the mode to travel mode, which Shift 1, and you see it's an orange outline, you'll see my speed go up. Going up pretty quick. And I think on my ship stats, what it said was I can go up to 4,160 meters per second. That's the top speed of this travel mode. Now you can turn, but you can't turn very sharply, obviously, because you're going so fast. It's more like little nudges and adjustments. So the thing though is I have to kind of time this here. I'm not, you know, this is new to me. So ideally, you want to turn off your travel mode at the right time,
you appear to be getting close to
so that you can slow down.
Could you please try using
nope.
the long-range scanner to search for an anomaly in this facility?
Well, obviously, I didn't slow down quick enough. However, if I can turn this baby 38 kilometers, 39 kilometers, 40 kilometers. Wow. Alright, so I want to turn this baby back. Wow. I passed it by 40 kilometers. Alright, well, I'm going to have to obviously get a little bit better with this mode here. I'm going to get a little boost here going. Get back. And so if I'm going a kilometer a second, basically, now a kilometer and a half per second. So now it's about 2 kilometers per second.
Are you having trouble locating the anomaly in the area I have stated?
I did better that time.
I suggest you use the long-range scanner to help find it.
Alright, so I'm supposed to use a long-range scanner to find what we're looking for. So now I will want to go into the long-range scan mode, which is 3. It's a light blue deal. And you hold down R, and then it's just like Rebirth, where at the height of the audio, you want the at the height of the audio sound, you want to let go and get the max distance here. If you hold it down too long, it will fizzle out. But if you hear these little audio things, you see, these are pings. Basically, it's finding stuff here. I thought. Excuse me. Okay. So I should have showed this before, but my long-range scanner pinged out to that distance, so you can see that that is no longer, you know, fogged. But if I go, let's see here, I think over here, let's go over here. Oh, I held it down too long. Now I wonder if I get okay. Depends on. I'm not sure exactly what direction on the 3D plane I'm at. Go here. Oh shoot! I wonder why. Because I hit backspace. Is my flight assist on or off? Okay, flight assist disabled. So now it's. I wonder why like things are moving here. Oh, there we go.
Aha! There it is.
There we go.
If reports are to be believed, these anomalies are tears which may lead to other areas of space, much like the jump gates. I suggest you mark the location of the anomaly on your map. So, how adventurous do you feel today? Thanks to my research, I do have a fair idea of where you may end up. Of course, the quickest way to confirm my theory is to put it into practice.
Alright, so there's the anomaly. You can kind of see it fading in and out. It looks like basically like a wormhole. And if I go my map, I haven't done this yet. So it said I can mark the location with the beacon. So if I go under my ship, deploy, here we go, nav beacon. And there's the nav beacon. Cool. Cool. So now the nav beacon, I wonder if, let's see here. Commander Rex, can I right click on it? Information, deactivate the beacon, interact with, start guidance to object, information. So, alright, so I think that's me. The nav beacon is moving though. Why is the nav beacon moving? Anyways, okay, so I don't know why it's moving. But there's the nav beacon information. So okay. Anyways, I'm supposed to fly into the anomaly. All right. Well, before I fly into some unknown wormhole, let me save this sucker. All right. Let's see what's on the other side here. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna try to do better with the parts. Like with the X Games, they're they're in depth, and complex, and it's that's so like with my X3 playthroughs, walkthroughs. There were videos, they would range from 20 minutes to an hour or more. I had one video that was 2 hours. And so, just to give you guys a warning, if I'm going to try to section off the video parts a little shorter for people. I'm going to try to remember to do that, but sometimes it's hard when you're in the middle of doing something or explaining something. However, I'm going to end this part here now, and next part I'm going into the anomaly. Okay. Going into the anomaly. But so far, guys, really, this X4, so much better launch than Rebirth. So far, there's no bugs. I haven't ran into something that's only partially implemented or impassable because it's not complete. So, anyways, yeah, guys, this I do really like everything I've seen so far. And again, really flying
I don't mean to distract you from your business, but do you intend to investigate that anomaly further? My tentacles are tingling in anticipation of the science we will achieve.
Yes, you boron. I am trying to. Now, this is interesting. There may be like a gravity thing, because when I do full stop on my engines, I'm being pulled away or pushed away. So I got to kind of have my throttle on a little bit to even stay in there. But anyways, all right, guys, I'm going to end this part here, and we're going to go through this on the next one. All right? Thank you guys a lot, and hopefully you're enjoying this, and take care.